Brunei's culture consists of the belief that whoever holds the most power is associated with being right and good. This is a very common culture in the norm of Brunei. In the workplace, employees in the culture of Brunei are usually fearful and less likely to disagree against managers. Brunei tends to be low in the IDV value, making societies in Brunei heavily collectivistic. A typical collectivism society in Brunei is usually a very close group. This class of society is very loyal to the group and all believe that anything can be potentially harmful or threatened is considered unjust. Many areas of disparity is not tolerated due to the risk of the culture losing pride, which is not acceptable. Instead, society groups in Brunei believe it is best to have a good balance in life and make every effort to avoid any confrontation. It is believed to be a stronger connection between masculinity and technology in Brunei. Although Brunei is still a developing country, it is said to be a continued masculinity nation, being known to have a score of 36% of uncertainty avoidance as risk takers. On the contrary, this culture is extremely relaxed and flexible to new ideas and risk-taking. There's constraint towards social protocol norms. Brunei has a PDI value of a high positive 95% with a standard of living rate of 47 points, making it 9th on the PDI, leaving 56.4% of Brunei's population satisfied with the standard of living and a positive 89 points in the PDI values.
When entering a foreign market, Conoco Phillips has to determine when, where, and how. When they should enter, where, and how. Brunei has location-specific advantages because they are so fruitful in oil, natural resources. Currently, Conoco Phillips holds a working interest in Deepwater Block CA2 production sharing contract with an exploration period that ends in December 2018. So they're currently in the exploration process, considering starting production in Brunei. One of the main competitors for them in Brunei would be Brunei Shell Petroleum Company, which is currently in production in Brunei as the largest oil and gas company. With doing a SWOT analysis on Brunei Shell Petroleum, some of the things that I want to briefly speak on would be their threats. The threats would be maintaining the highest standard of safety and environmental protection and in all of their developments, also ensuring environmental integrity. And a competitor like Conoco Phillips will take advantage of the late mover advantages, and Conoco Phillips is known for having low costs.
I'm Johnson, and I'm going to be talking today about Conoco Phillips and Brunei. From an institution-based view, Brunei would be considered a great country for a foreign direct investment because its public debt is 0% of the national GDP. Attracting investors will be without difficulty because the foreign direct investments are distinguished in Brunei's portfolio and are attractive, which an investor will favorably purchase equities of foreign-based companies. Brunei has advantages and disadvantages for Conoco Phillips employees.
Brunei should definitely retain the focus of exporting oil and gas. The country does well in the oil and gas industry, and its profit is the reason behind the country's wealth. As a result, there has been a slight depreciation of their currency. The value of their dollar has been steady for the past 5 years as it relates to the US dollar, with the range of 1 Brunei dollar being equivalent to 0.8 to 0.75 US dollars. As of April 16, 2018, 1 Brunei dollar is equivalent, or was equivalent, to 0.76 US dollars. There's not been a setback for the depreciation of the 4 cents as it relates to the US dollar since 2014. The lower oil prices made an impact on this slight decrease. There is a common denominator of the Brunei dollar and the Singapore dollar, whereas the currency of the Brunei dollar is pegged with the Singapore dollar. These two countries do not have to worry about the value of their dollar based on the exchange rate, since they are interchangeable, as they are part of the Currency Interchangeability Agreement, also referred to as the CIA. Brunei's wealth in the oil and gas industry has allowed their government to provide free medical care, no cost for education up to the university, funded housing, and no taxes. There has been a decrease in the fertility rate over the years, which leads to one of the questions that sustainability of the oil and gas industry for the next 2 decades. As Brunei is working towards other export benefits, it is working towards a new leniency for wealth other than oil and gas. Being that they are the 3rd largest producer of oil and gas in Southeast Asia, there is a potential for more expats to want to be a part of their development, regardless of the population size of just over 430,000.
Conoco Phillips is the world's largest independent exploration and production. Brunei's oil and gas industry has been in operation since the early 20th century. A 3-year slump in the world's oil prices has hit the economy of Brunei so hard that its GDP shrunk while much of East Asia grew. Brunei is in a position now that it needs a lot of support from outside the country. Low oil prices and Organization of Petroleum exporting countries, their quotas also restrict oil and gas sector growth. However, Brunei's oil production might grow well over the next 5 years because of the support output maintenance works at measured assets. By Petronas spearheading Brunei's natural gas and other companies like Shell, Mitsubishi, and Murphy created a co-venture, it allows Conoco Phillips to increase productivity, generate more profits, and enhance their business globally. We expect production to return to a general uptrend from 2018. Brunei's partnership needs are great for Conoco Phillips as it keeps them building a much-needed relationship with their competitive partners. Stakeholders are happy with the collaboration and encourage gas companies to continue this as they improve risk management and reduce the chance of supply chain disasters occurring. One reason why buyers may be hesitant to collaborate with other procurement teams operating in the same industry is that the concern working closely with other competitors may result in them losing business with some suppliers. Brunei's low import tariffs are glamorized among businesses for having a huge impact on the company's financial gains. Conoco Phillips has a 6.25% working interest in the deep water block, giving the company another positive financial gain. Brunei's improvement on its infrastructure proves that Conoco Phillips' presence is much needed in Brunei. Chinese contractors built a 2,680 long meter bridge from the mainland that increases tourism and bridges their community with the Chinese. Brunei is trying to diversify its economy away from purely oil and gas, partly due to its wanting resources. Conoco Phillips' exploration and business development program in Brunei may be in trouble with the new Chinese petrochemical firm's agreement and investment. This means that the Chinese will have a big voice on upcoming issues. Conoco Phillips will not see the same profits or have the same impact on Brunei as they have witnessed in the past. Conoco Phillips should start looking for a location to replace Brunei for their exploration and production needs within the next 20 to 30 years. General research is that oil reserves are projected to run out within this time. When that happens, Brunei economy will take a hit. Oil and gas sector contributions to the company gross domestic product has already fallen. According to the press release for the International Energy Forum, Brunei remains committed to natural gas production and its consumers through continued commitment in rejuvenating its upstream and downstream facilities to ensure reliability of support to its existing and future customers for the next 30 years. With statements like this or promises from the government like this, the worries of depleting oil supply may temporarily disappear. However, future discovery of oil fields remains uncertain due to the territorial disputes in the South China Sea. The U.S. has a strong relationship with this company, and despite its significant non-Muslim minority presence, it is the first Asian country to adopt strict Islamic Sharia laws, which include punishments like amputation for theft and stoning for adultery. Also, migrant workers are now being warned of deportation for riding bikes drunk. These situations bring a huge challenge to the safety of workers when sending third world country nationals to Brunei. Conoco Phillips' relationship with Brunei is very beneficial as of now, but shows problems in the future with so many competitive factors. Thank you.